Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to go over some of the features on my Bobcat. It's a 2016 T590. I've owned it for 2 years now. I have put about 150 hours on it so far. I came from an S175 that was a 2011, and this definitely has a lot more features than that machine did, aside from the controls, which are very different. But this one does come with the Bobcat system, so you don't have to leave the cab to unlatch your buckets. That is a huge time saver. And obviously auxiliary hydraulics. This one came with 2 sets of tracks. This is the wider set of tracks, commonly referred to as snow tracks, I believe. They do quite well in the snow, quite well in the sand. You can see our soil is much sandier out on Cape Cod. So definitely pleased with those. It did come with a larger bucket. So this is a 68-inch Bobcat brand bucket. It came with a 74, and I just felt it was a little too wide. This is just barely on the inside of the track, but it does work quite well for grading. And the 74-inch bucket was just too much. It was too wide for the machine, and the loads get very heavy. This one does have the 2-speed option, which is nice if you have to cross a road or get down out of the way quickly. One of the upgrades I did was the LED tail lights. Those commonly fill up with water, so one of the things that I am not a huge fan of. They did on the other machine too, but LED takes care of that. Open this up here. This is the motor bay. Everything is pretty easy to access. Really no complaints there. Lift this guy up, you can see fluids and what have you. Close this back up. Of course, it's starting to rain. I'll bring you into the inside. I will say this about this model versus my older one. This is a lot easier to get in and out of versus the S175. Pretty familiar in here. This does have the air ride seat, which is super nice, but looks just like just about any other Bobcat. The same vintage, so your HVAC controls, heating, air conditioning. This is a joystick model. So that is awesome. I came from a hand-foot control machine, so that's very nice. Another thing to note, this does have the pedal up down there, and that is super helpful if you just want to get a little bit more juice without changing your throttle. This does also have the auto idle, and I use that a lot. I would say that saves me a lot of fuel and even just the noise. This cab is definitely dirty for one, but there's the windows. I do have a wire coming through here so the window doesn't shut all the way, but really no complaints about that. It doesn't leak. What was I saying? So there's your rated operating capacity. It will lift much more. I have personally lifted a pallet of cobblestone and pizza ovens and all kinds of weird scrap metal and what have you. So definitely a nice comfortable weight, and it's not a huge pain to trailer this thing either. So let's turn on the controls. So I do typically use the keypad, but just for this video I turn that off so that I can just start it up. I don't need to wait for glow plugs because it's already warm. So you can see she's just at idle there. So the Bobcat that is incredibly useful. Like I said, I don't have to leave the cab to switch buckets or take it off when I'm greasing. And that's pretty much it. I don't know. It's been a great machine though. So, all right, back to work. See you guys.